So, that was rough. It was a rough 2 a.m. wake-up call for me, this one. But let's keep it a buck, as we try always. The Warriors got absolutely outplayed, outcoached, out-energized, out everything. The Sacramento Kings were just simply the better team tonight that wanted it more, it felt like. And the Warriors just looked old and tired. The Warriors just looked old and tired, man. And whether that was from the start where Steph was kinda cruising, which he does usually. Clay trying to force the Game 6. Game 6 Clay idea that we have all kinda grew accustomed to, which, I mean, to be fair, he has done it throughout his career, but maybe overforcing it a little bit. Draymond coming off the bench with essentially no energy, instantly, getting 2 fouls. Then, of course, Jordan Poole, who is not young, who is actually young, just looked out of sorts tonight. He was mad early at the referees, and it just threw him off the rhythm. He was running to the rim, just throwing up shots that just didn't even look like shots half of the time. I thought Looney also kinda looked a little tired tonight, but that was the adjustment from the Kings, that Trey Lyles actually played center. And Looney, as great as he is, his main issue in this league is playing against these stretch bigs. Those stretch fives are usually the Looney's kryptonite, and Mike Brown said, hey, we'll run Trey Lyles at the 5 and just live with the results, and hey, the results were great. So, great adjustment from Mike Brown, and the Warriors' overall rotation was just weird. Gary Payton played like 10 minutes, I thought. I think, I'm pretty sure I should pull up the box score here. I wanted to ramble just on about and not have to look at the box score, but it's needed for these situations, of course. GP2 played 10 minutes. Then you have Moody with 16 minutes. He was the best player on the Warriors tonight. You had Dante playing 18 minutes, and he's at just an absolutely horrific and a bad series, man. He has been really bad, and it sucks. There's no ifs and buts. He has just had a really bad series. Hopefully he finds a way to bounce back in Game 7, but if he starts off bad as he has been, I don't see why you can't play Kuminga, or why you can't give minutes to somebody else instead of Dante, who was out there for 18 minutes. He was a +5, which just shows you how bad the plus-minus stats really are, because he was absolutely horrific. He was really bad. We have to keep it a buck, man. We can be as positive as we want, but sometimes being positive is not the right thing at the same time also. Steph looked old and tired. Had some really bad passes, bad turnovers. Turned it up at the start of the 4th quarter for a bit. Still looked tired. Also, Wiggins wasn't aggressive enough at the start. Then when he kind of started to get going, it was a little too late. We missed a lot of free throws also. We had 10 missed free throws, which is just way too many. Clay, 2 of 9 from the 3-point line, didn't defend well. And the most thing you could see for us was the point of attack defense. The Kings were just blowing by everyone. Nobody could stay in front of anyone from our team tonight, no matter who was out there, which might be why Steve Kerr was trying to give Dante more minutes, why he was trying to, just stick with somebody, so maybe they'll start playing defense, but it feels like he just didn't want to make an in-game adjustment, but I might be reading this completely wrong. At the end of the day, what I saw from the Warriors was an old and tired team that just didn't have it tonight and got outgunned and outrun by a young team, which, hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of, unfortunately. And what it did for me is it kind of made me question if we genuinely could make it to the finals, could win a championship. But we first, of course, have to win a Game 7 on the road in Sacramento. So, it's stupid to think, about the championship. But it really makes you feel like the Warriors, no matter if they get out of this series, just won't have enough energy to make the run this year. Last year, to be fair, it felt kind of the same against Memphis, where they barely got out of that series. They looked old and tired against them, but they got out of that round and made it work somehow. But this feels different, of course, because we have 7 games in first round. We then play the Lakers, who Of course, we'll have more rest, as the Warriors won't have that much rest, which there is just 1 or 2 day rest between Game 7 and first game of round 2. And of course, the last year team had the positive vibes more, right? This team just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. That's that's what I want to say, man. So that was just my takeaways from this game 6. I genuinely can't wait for game 7 because I genuinely don't want to watch it. It starts at 9:30 p.m. here in the Czech Republic, so at least I won't have to wake up at 2 a.m. So that's a positive. And before that, it's the Knicks against the Heat, so at least I'll have something fun before that, hopefully. And huge shout outs to the Kings, man. They ran at us. Shout out Malik Monk, he was sensational. De'Aaron Fox continues to just cook us and play with that broken finger. He has been awesome. Shout out to him. Kevin Huerter played some really good defense, which he has done all series, and finally found his shot light, which bodes well for Sacramento for Game 7. Also, Trey Lyles, like I talked about, was really good. Terrence Davis actually played. He fouled out, but he gave them good minutes. Some interesting choices from Mike Brown that at least tried to, he tried to make those adjustments, and some worked. Some didn't work as well as Trey Lyles, for example, but they worked. And you just, you should feel good about yourself after this game, way more than the Warriors should in a way. But who knows, man? I'm never gonna bet against these Warriors because they proved me wrong and wrong time and time again when when it felt like they were done. And we'll see what happens in Game 7. I just hope we don't get absolutely gobsmacked, to be fair. So what do you expect from Game 7? Do you think the Kings or the Warriors take it? What do you see in adjustments? What was your takeaways from this game? Let me know in the comment section if you want. If you don't, that's also fine. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoy just basketball content, just some real content where people just talk about ball. And yeah, thank you all.